Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I have for you guys the finale of building Umbara in LEGO. So yes guys, we finally made it to the finale. It's probably going to be a longer video since I could technically split this up into two different parts, but just decided to combine it into one, long final video. So expect this video to be a little bit longer than usual, but as you can see here, the mock is kind of a mess, but I have got a couple of things to show you guys before I actually get started on anything with the mock. So first up, I got some figures in for the build. I actually did a haul for these like a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks. But basically, I got 10 of these Umbarans from a guy who contacted me on Instagram. So got some of these, and then so that means brings my total of Umbarans up to 12, which I think will be enough for the mock. And then I also got some various different 501st troops. Here we got Jesse, we got Fives, and Tuppa's in there also somewhere. He's right there. And then I also got some stuff from Cape Cantina. So I got, some rocket launcher holders. And then I also got some backpacks and like backpack covers. We got some of them right there. Actually, you can see those for Columbia Customs and then Cape Cantina as well. So got pretty much all the figures. I've also got some over here. I actually did a haul on these like a week ago. That's basically GS Productions contacted me and he gave me those. He let me borrow those for the build, which is a huge help because these are pretty expensive figures, and Columbia Customs didn't have like any of these guys in stock either. So that's great though for me to finally have all the figures that I need for the build. That's a huge relief because I wasn't really sure if I was gonna be able to get everyone that I needed. But as far as building goes and like the mock itself, I've still got this little strip of plate and tile work to do. The reason I hadn't got that done because I really just ran out of pieces like this to like fill in the gaps there, so there wasn't any random colors like the tan bleeding through. So had to wait on an order, which I actually do have in here. And so in here we've just got 100 or so 1x2 black plates. Got some of these cylinders as well, so that I can use to let me attach these guys to the ground. And then I also picked up some of these like cones just because I think that's the best option for me to finish up these plants over here, which I've actually got one pretty much situated in its final position there. So that looks really, really cool, but I think that's the best way to kind of top them off at the top. Not super happy with the design, but at this point, guys, I really just want to get this mock over and done with. I really just want to move on to doing some smaller builds, and so I'm not going to be doing everything that I want to do on this mock. Don't think I'm going to be having any Umbaran vehicles just because I wasn't really able to come up with a design I'm happy with. And I really, the whole style of this mock is kind of really like sleek and like really polished. Like everything on here, like I'm really happy with the design and stuff. So that's why I got like the custom vehicles and everything. So I don't want to put something on there that I'm not super happy with. And then as far as the like Sarlacc pit over here, or the viscous, as many of you in the comments corrected me last time, but not too sure if I like this either. I don't really know if I'm going to keep it. I'll just have to see once again because I just really want this mock to be really polished and that sort of stuff. So not 100% sure if I'm going to end up keeping that, but I've got some time to think about that because one issue I do have is that I need some more of these rod pieces right here to help build some of these. And so basically I put in an order for them the same time that I put in this order, but I didn't actually end up paying for it. So I like put the order in, but then I had to wait for like the shipping costs and that sort of stuff back. So I forgot to pay for it. So it's been like a week since I ordered it. Yeah, and I just forgot to pay for it. So I paid for it now though, so it should be getting here sometime hopefully soon. So it's definitely going to cause a delay. I might just end up not including me finishing all these in the finale depending on how long it takes to get here. But we'll see. I should be able to get the mock pretty much 100% complete besides these little plants here. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that. We'll just have to see, which kind of sucks, but we're gonna have to work with it. All right, but now I'm gonna go ahead and get some work done and hopefully finishing this all up now. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get right into doing that. Alright everybody, welcome back. As you saw in the time lapse, I did show you guys a little bit of the work that I got done in the middle here, but ended up taking a break and coming back and finishing the rest, so didn't end up, time-lapsing it all. But yeah, all the terrain work for Umbara is now 100% complete. Man, that feels good to say, but yeah, I really like it. Just the same old stuff I've been doing now for the rest of this little incline here. As you can also see, I've got some of these plants kind of spaced about, and like I said earlier, I don't have the rods to be able to finish all these in this episode, or yeah, in the finale, I guess. I'll also have to do that afterwards before I film the final video. But I did kind of plan out where I want to have them. So I want to have 2 here, and then I want to have like 1 over here. I want to throw a couple over here, and then maybe 1 more up there. So that's kind of my rough spots or where I want to put them. And over here, I kind of did some I added that little cone piece that I said earlier, but I don't really know if I like it that much. This one's kind of weird since there is kind of a gap, so I could try and fill that in and see if I like that better. But yeah, not too sure if I'm super happy with that, so I might just end up taking that off, or thinking of another way to attach that. But overall, super happy with the terrain. I think it came out looking fantastic. I think it'll look even better whenever I get some figures and troops on there and stuff. And speaking of figures and troops, that is kind of my next goal or a task here. Over here, I just got a bin of basically, I think, all my 501st troops, and then I've got some vehicles kind of thrown about. We've got an ATRT over here. Got a couple ATRTs and stuff there, along with these headlights over here that I need to work on attaching to my gunship. So in the Umbara episode, they have these headlights here, and the problem is that when I have those on, you can't actually open up the door, and the scene I want to recreate, I want to have the doors open. So I'm gonna do some work on the gunship here, try to figure out a way to attach those. And besides that, just kind of get all the figures. So I got figures up there, just kind of get all the figures kind of set up, figure out what figures and vehicles I exactly need to put on the build and that sort of stuff. So I'll kind of set that up over there, and yeah, I'll be back whenever I get that done. Alright, so it looks like I've got just about everything kind of sorted out, kind of tried to figure out exactly how I want to put the figures on there. So I think what I'm going to go with is going to have 2 little groups. So I'm putting the gunship, the MOC's actually going to be flipped around, so that's going to be like the way you look at it. So the gunship's going to be over here. Then I plan on putting these 2 little groups of troops just kind of like here and here. I kind of have just this amount of troops here for now, but I do have some more over there if I want to add more to like the 2 different groups. But I've also got my Umbarans kind of out here. As you can see, I got 12 of them, like I said earlier, which I think is a substantial amount of Umbarans, especially since they are a pretty rare and expensive figure. And then I've also got these weapons that I plan on using. Someone left a great comment suggesting them, so I really appreciate that, whoever left that comment. But got these like tranquilizer guns. I think they look like really close to the actual Umbaran weapons. The only real difference that I don't like is like the clip up there, and Umbara weapons have some like blue like laser colors on them. So I plan on kind of doing that, using that clip and getting some blue in there by using this little piece right there. I did get them in light blue though. I ordered 12 of those pieces in light blue, and I also ordered like 5 more guns so I can completely weaponize my Umbarans there. I've also laid out kind of the main figs that are going to be going in the gunship. So we've got all of these guys up here, so that's really cool. Gonna be throwing all of those guys in the gunship. And then we've also got 2 ATRT drivers there to go with my 2 ATRTs right there. And then of course up here we've got my gunship, and I only have 1 pilot, so I'm gonna only be using 1, so I think that's fine. Might throw in another figure in there. But then I've also managed to attach these lights to where you can have the guns or the doors open. So doesn't look fantastic, doesn't look super good, but I think it definitely gets the job done, and I'm happy with the way it looks. So that's what I'll be using that design for the gunship on the build. And yeah, that just about wraps it up. I guess I still need to get an Anakin. I guess I forgot to get him, so I guess I need to do that, and then I can finally start actually putting some figures on the MOC. Alright guys, so I'm getting some work done, and as you can see, I've started to place some figures. I decided to not fully place the figures, or like finally place the figures, just trying to get a rough estimate so I know where to place them later down the road. And I'm just to give you guys a little bit of a look to a somewhat finalized MOC, but decided to do that just because I still need to dust off the build. It is still pretty dusty, and the gunship and that sort of stuff, and I need some compressed air. That's the easiest way to do it, and just because of the weather right now, Texas is not able to go and get any, so I have to wait on that. But it kind of works out anyways, just because I don't have all the weapons for any of the figures either, so, or all the plants set up anyways, so I think it's just the best just to kind of place them roughly where I want to put them, just to give you guys a little bit of a look to where they're going to be in the finalized mock. But I've started to place some Umbarans. These are all the Umbarans. I think the number that I had is pretty perfect. Don't want to overcrowd the build, just kind of want to place the figures here and there, and I think this amount of Umbarans is pretty good. Gonna have a couple of dead ones up there in the front, and the plant density will be a little bit, greater whenever I get all of my parts in. But then up here, I really like the idea of having kind of smaller groups of troops. So you see here, I've got the guy with the flag in the middle, got a medic there in the back, and then we've got a rocket trooper there, and then I've kind of got this like lieutenant type of figure with the little sun visor on, as kind of leading the little group. So I really like this idea. I think it looks sick. And then I've got the gunship set up here as well on some little clear bricks back there. Still need to put the figures in there, which I'm going to be going ahead and doing now. But yeah, we've still got one group of figures over here to put on the mock. And then, yeah, like I said, all the figures over there to go on the gunship. And we've also got the 2 ATRTs to place as well, which I plan on kind of putting in this middle area just to kind of fill up that gap, since it is looking a little empty right now. Alright guys, I guess I've gotten to a point where you could call the mock complete. I've got basically all the figures on there. Of course, might end up changing a few things around once I get to finally placing all the figures on there after I dust and get all the plants up. But for the most part, this is what the figure placement on the final mock is going to look like. Got these 2 groups, as I talked about earlier. So I've got kind of a lieutenant leading them. We've got some couple troops. We've got a guy holding a flag. We got a medic, and then we've also got a guy with an RPG back there as well. So we've got 2 of those like identical groups, and then I've also got a little group over there, just kind of going in with the gunship, because I thought that area over there was a little blank. And then of course we've also got the gunship with all of the guys in there, and I still needed to get an Anakin. I actually don't have like an Anakin to use, so I plan on just getting that like that Mustafar dual set and using that Anakin. He's not the best one because he's got those like rips and stuff on his clothes, but didn't want to use like a Clone Wars version, and he's super easily accessible. So gonna be getting him and using him on the build. Then here in the middle, I've also set up the ATRT. So we've got this one kind of running in. Might try to make this one look like it's like sprinting a little bit more, but this one I plan on having it like holding still. And might set up a couple of like laser bolts coming out of the gun there. And then here in the back, we've just got a line of Umbarans, and they look really cool. Of course, need to get some more weapons for them, but I think they came out great. And then got these couple of plants here. Of course, this one's not finalized. Plan on putting another one there and a couple more scattered around the build. So definitely will be a little bit more filled out whenever the final mock is complete, but overall, this thing looks fantastic. And I almost forgot. I don't know if I've showed you guys. I don't know if I've showed you guys this in at all, but I've actually got the secret compartment here with a little battery box in there, so I can go ahead and flick that switch on. And once I've done that, I just go ahead and put a little panel back on there. And then it's like I never even opened it up, but then we can finally get a look at all the little red spots lit up, which I think looks really cool. And once we get the lights turned off, you can see it even more. So I'm going to be doing some really cool dark shots in the cinematic video, so I'm really excited to do that. But everyone, that is going to about to wrap up this video and my Umbara in the building series. Didn't quite come out as expected. Definitely wish I could have done more on this build, but just with the expense of the tiles and just my pace I was going at, kind of lost interest in the build. So happy to move on to something new, but overall I'm satisfied with the build. But thank you all so much for watching, and be sure to be looking out for the cinematic of Umbara, hopefully coming out within a week or so of this finale coming out. So be sure to be looking out for that very soon. But other than that, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.